What's up, YouTube? I am live right now on Discord. We had a ton of people show up, and today's assignment is simple. We are going to cold call off market properties here in Dallas, Fort Worth. We're going to cold call regular sellers, people who own homes, and we're going to see if we can buy their house. And on top of that, we're going to do some other stuff. I'm going to comp some properties for cash, flip fixer uppers, fix and flips, all that fun stuff. I also got to call a property right now and pitch seller financing. So we'll be doing a ton on this live stream. So welcome to the Wholesalers live stream. I think this is number 5. Awesome. I'm so happy. So the first thing we're going to do is check out this property right here. So at 2233 Roosevelt Street, Gary, I guess Gary's the city in Indiana. I think that's what IN stands for. I'm also not the smartest person. So let's check this out. We got to call this property and pitch seller financing. It's a pretty nice house. Looks totally redone. You guys can see my screen, right? I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We're nailing this. All
Yes,
right.
we good.
We good. Love it. So this property, it's been on the market, looks for probably a little while. Was listed at 155. Now it's at 145. She said he said that the seller might be interested in seller financing. They're intrigued by the idea, but they want to know a little bit more information on what it is. So, oh wow, it was actually listed at 170 at some point. It's been on the market since. Wow, that's a long time. Okay, it's been on the market for 11 months. 8 months. 8 months. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, enough chatter. Let's just call. And if you guys have questions about seller financing, well, hopefully I can answer them here. So here's the phone number, and let's get calling. Do I need any information, or am I just going in blind? I don't mind going in blind. Prince, what's your name? Is your name Prince, or is your name Jay? James. Okay, and you called the seller? You called the seller, or is it a friend? Okay, 2 months ago. Okay, sick. Is it gonna be a realtor, or is it gonna be a seller? Oh, I guess I don't care. I don't need any more information. Let's full send it. Let's full send. Let's do this. Let me know if you guys can hear it well. Hopefully you guys can.
Oh, hello?
Hi, Jeanette. My name is Max. Supposedly, one of my partners named James reached out to you a couple months ago about your beautiful home.
No, he didn't. What home? What home?
2233 Roosevelt Street.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful home. Did y'all fix it up yourselves?
Yes.
Wow, you did such a great job. What a gorgeous house.
Mhm.
Was this a property that you just bought for an investment?
No, I've had rented it out for a long time.
Oh, okay.
It's just that she moved out and she was Section 8, so and when she moved out, it was nice still. Wasn't a lot of work to do.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, and then you just did a little bit of work and then relisted it. Then what's the reason you're selling and not keeping it as a rental?
I got plenty of them, enough of them. I'm trying to downsize a little bit.
Whoa, congratulations. That's great. So how long have you been investing in real estate for?
Maybe 15 years.
15. Wow, okay. So you have a lot of experience. So I'm talking to an expert.
Absolutely.
Well, wonderful. How many different properties are you trying to sell? Just curious.
Just that one.
Okay, gotcha. Well, a little bit more about me. I'm a realtor here in Dallas, but I'm also an investor. We have our own fund, and I know my partner was calling about this property. It's not in Dallas, but my partners buy properties all over the country, and he originally, I guess, talked to you about seller financing. He wanted to see if that was still an option, and then if not, just talk to you about different ways we could potentially buy the property.
Yeah, I'm just selling it outright. I'm not doing no financing and stuff.
Okay, so
yeah,
I mean, the nice part about seller financing is that you could, possibly sell it for a little bit more money, and then also just get more money over time, defer taxes, earn some interest. Do you just need the $145,000 cash for something right now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Are you gonna like pay off other property debt or go buy some
I'm,
more properties?
no, I don't own no properties.
Okay. So then maybe you are open to just having some passive income, like a few $100s a month come in and you be the bank and you earn some interest.
No, I got plenty of money in the bank. That ain't no issue. I'm just trying to downsize. That's all.
Okay. So if you sold it with seller financing, you would have sell it. You don't have to worry about tenants and toilets. The only difference is that you wouldn't get $145,000 cash right now. You'll get $200,000 just in monthly payments over time.
Um,
That's how it
no,
works.
yeah, I got my husband with it. He said he just interested in owning a lump sum.
Okay, so yeah, so y'all are only interested in lump sum, and that even if it's a lot less, like I mean, I would have to run the numbers and see what it comes in at, but I'm sure you're getting offers like of what 130s, maybe even 120s.
Yeah, I don't know what he ended up listing it as.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
I think he got it for 154.9, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, no, that's what you got at. I was just wondering where the offers are coming in at. Because I'll just tell you, me personally, I own some property too. Whenever I sell a property, whenever I get any commission, I always take it on seller financing. I'm just such a big proponent of it. I don't feel like paying the taxes. I like the passive income. I don't need the money right now. So I just choose, hey, give me some money dropped into my bank account every month. I'd rather have, interest come in. But everyone's different. So I was just curious if that was an avenue.
200,000.
Yeah, he said you could buy it at the 154 if you want. Yeah, you can sell and then you can sell it and get the 200. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's I guess if we could sell with seller financing. Okay, well, I was just curious if that was an option. If not, if cash is the only option, cash is the only option. Um,
Right.
no, it's fine. Everyone's different, so I just want to see what options y'all are open to.
Right. Yeah. I talked it over with him, and he just want cash only.
Now, I'm just curious. Why is that? Is it just you don't want to have to like deal with people not
Done
making
with it.
Yeah.
payments?
Just he said he just want to be done with it after we sell it.
I totally get it.
Yeah. Maybe your property, and yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, you are done with it. Just like how when a bank gives you a mortgage, they're not involved in your property, right? They don't come over to fix a toilet. They don't come over to paint a wall. You're absolutely done with it. All you're
Yeah, but
doing is you're
the
just a
only thing
bank.
you come over is pay that note, though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't
if
want
hmm
because I mean reason why too because I can rent it for like 1,800, 1,500. You know what I mean? So it makes good. I mean, the property makes good money because it's Section 8. You
yeah,
know, so that's what they pay in that 46404 area code.
wow, they're paying that much, so they're paying like 16 or
Oh yeah,
1,800.
15 to 1,800. Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, you're getting such great rents, and that's the thing with seller financing. You would be able to get more money, so someone would be able to pay you a good chunk of money. I mean, I can run some numbers and just throw you an offer for fun if you'd like to see it. No harm, no foul. I can text you over something.
No, I'm not interested. I'm just gonna keep it on the market for that, and if it don't sell, I'm gonna re-rent it back out.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Because, me personally and my partners personally, like, with 150 grand, we can maybe go buy one property like yours, or we could go and buy three, four, five properties. And that's our goal, right? We're young. We're just trying to build our portfolios up. So that's why we prefer
Absolutely.
seller financing. I want to be like you one day. I want a ton of properties and be in a position to be like, hey, I want to sell this one and this one. But in order to get started, I have to, that's why seller financing makes sense to us.
Stop.
Right, I got you. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I gave him my auntie number who's selling her properties, reasonable. I don't
Yeah.
know if he called her, but she sold one for like 17,000. That's y'all price range,
Wow. Really?
Mhm. Yeah.
We don't even want it.
That's what I'm saying. We don't even want it. I would have bought it from her. She's my auntie. You know what I mean?
More than us.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
incredible. Well, yeah, hey, send me some deals. That's just so great.
yeah.
Okay,
So
okay. Well, and then all right. Well, if you do change your mind at any time, I would love to just be able to shoot you over an offer on that.
I'm gonna get it. Okay. All right, sir.
All right. Well, I really appreciate your time.
Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Uh huh.
We talking fast.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He's just trying to sell, man, and make it like anybody else. But I get you. I get you. I mean, plus I'm making. You know what? I'm gonna rent it back out, man. If you get too much, I get. Yeah, I get too much money. I make too much money. Yeah. See what they don't know? Them houses over there and them tear town houses, man, they making paper. I don't know. I don't know. I hope this fits. You think it is?
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Is the call still a little bit quiet? Interesting, because I think on the YouTube videos it's good volume. I'll double check that in a second. Good point, Chris. Let me double check that. But anyways, so yeah, they weren't a good candidate for seller financing. I think if you're persistent, you may be able to get by. But yeah, we can talk more about the call and what I was looking for and what I was trying to get at. And if you guys have any feedback, you can always give it to me. I'm not perfect. Okay, so the audio is like 60% on Discord. I'm gonna go watch the YouTube videos and see if it's good audio. If not, then I need to figure out a way to boost the audio for you guys because it's loud for me. But here, we'll start simply by just doing that. I'll break my ears for you guys. It's all good. I'll do anything for the team. Here, F it. We'll crank it all the way up. All right. So okay. So what was I trying to get at there? One, if you're gonna ever get someone to do seller finance or subject to, you got to become their friends. Cash, you don't really need to become people's friends. The cash talks for itself. And yes, this is fake money. But seller financing is subject to, you got to have them on your team. So I was just trying to build a friendly rapport with her. But also I was digging for information. If I learned that she doesn't really need the money right now, well then hey, seller financing is a perfect option. That's what I was asking her about. Wow, you've been a real estate investor for so long. Like, are you going to sell this house and try to buy some more properties? No, I'm done. I'm retiring. When I hear retiring, seller financing just goes off in my brain. That's why I think if I kept pitching seller financing to her, I think I could get through to her. I think she would have sold. I think I could have sold her. Her husband was a little bit not on our side. So maybe call her back when her husband's not around. But that's why I'm asking those questions, is trying to understand their situation. So seller financing works when someone doesn't need money right now and they can have, money over time. So, what is seller financing simply for y'all that, need me to give you a recap real quick here. Let me quickly jump over to my drawing board 1 second. And then I'm going to tell you my beautiful seller finance pitch that I wasn't able to whip out on this call. It's my favorite pitch. So pretty much seller financing is, hey, I got a house and this house is like her house, 150 grand. Now, sure, we can buy that cash, right? That can be cash. And then if she got a cash offer, she may sell it for 120,000 on a good day, right? That's the life we live in. People don't want to spend their cash right now. And why don't people want to spend their cash right now? It's because you can leave your money in the bank and earn 5% interest. All of my money is earning 5% interest. Actually, here, just for fun, U.S. Treasury bill, I always say U.S. Treasury rates today. So this is going to give you a little bit of macroeconomics lessons. Jump over to Bloomberg. We can see that Treasury rates, 3 months Treasury rates are yielding 5.23%. Oh, no, never mind, 5.4%. So, my money's making me about 5.4%. 5.4%. That's insane. And what does that mean? That means these properties better, my cash is valuable, right? My cash is valuable. $150,000 in cash is making me like $8,000 a year if I just leave it in the bank. So it's not like it was during the pandemic when rates were low. So, if my cash is valuable, people are going to want to spend less of their cash. So they're not going to offer you 150 grand. They're probably going to offer you 120. Maybe they'll offer you 110. Or you really got hit hard and they offer you 100 grand. But with seller financing, I could be like, hey, I'll pay you $200,000 if you get paid over time. And I'll pay you that in payments. Now we'll walk quickly through the numbers and I'll tell you my seller financing pitch. But what we do is you go open an amortization calculator. That was the loudest sound ever. That broke my ears. So hopefully YouTube doesn't cry. I think YouTube's going to explode. I think I'm going to have to drop it down for now, and then during voice calls, I'll raise up the volume. That should work. So here, you have $150,000. Now we can usually want to do a 30-year loan, and then we're going to, let's say we do 3% interest. That means that this person is going to receive $227,000 in the next 30 years, a lot more than 150 grand. Now, I usually like to offer 0% interest. I have a whole 0% interest pitch I can teach you guys. Um, but you could write an offer. It's like, hey, I won't give you 150 grand. I'll give you $200,000 and just pay you $555 a month. So I could have jumped on that call and been like, hey, yo, I know you want 150 grand for your house. But what if I give you 200,000 over the next few years? Now you don't say no interest. I usually say principal only. But that's a different way of phrasing it. So that's pretty much what seller finance is you're just paying monthly payments. Monthly payments. The seller becomes the bank. So you would pay $555 a month, or you would pay $600, $700, $800 a month. And then instead of having to come out of pocket 150 grand. If you guys have questions, let me know. But real quickly, before we jump to the next conversation, my seller finance pitch is the lottery pitch. You may have seen it, you may not have seen it. It works so well. So what I say is, hey seller, you want to learn about what seller financing is? You're selling your house. You are winning the lottery. And when you win the lottery, you can take your payments one of two different ways. You could, take your lottery winnings in cash, but the government, they tax you so much. In a lottery, they'll give you less cash. So this cash you end up with, you only get a fraction of it. And guess who's going to come running after you? All those, all those old friends are going to start hitting you up on Facebook and asking you for money and stuff, right? So you're going to end up spending your cash, and it's not the best financially intelligent option. Really, the best option is to take the second way to win the lottery, the payments option. It's when the lottery gives you all of your winnings just over time, financed. That's the best way. If you won the $1 billion lottery, you don't need $1 billion right now. You can just take the monthly checks every single month, and that's what seller financing is. It's just monthly payments for your home, and you get a lot more money. So that's how I like to pitch seller finance. It explains it really simply. Everyone knows the lottery, so that's usually where I go with it. So anyways, guys, if you have questions on seller finance, let me know. Personally, I like seller finance more than sub two. I know, huge shocker. That may be a hot take. But if I was going to invest, I would prefer to buy home seller finance. There's less risk. So hey, we got some questions in here. Okay, sure, I can call that property for you. Second call, sure, just line it up. I'm probably going to do calls for like a little bit. Then we have to jump into off-market properties and cold call. What is a reason to buy a house for 200K if it is worth 150K? Buy another for 120K. Dude, Andrew, I'm so happy you took this call or asked that question. Okay, so Andrew asked the question. Such a good question. Why would you buy a house that you can buy for $120,000 cash and pay $200,000 for it? Now, that may be a little bit of an extreme example, but let's walk through those numbers, Andrew. Let's say you have a house that's 120 grand, right? Okay, well, let's say there's a house listed at 150,000 and you go get a loan. Well, I mean, one, do you have $120,000 cash, Andrew? That's my first question. Do you? Most people don't, right? So what are you going to do? You're going to go get a mortgage. Well, then you have to qualify. You have to have, like Pace Morby says, credentials and credit. You have to go through that whole process. So, and if you don't have credentials and credit, then you don't have 120 grand cash, what the heck are you going to do, right? So you're already limited. But with that being said, let's say that you do find a house for 150 grand and you get a mortgage, and maybe you're able to negotiate down to 140 grand. Okay, you negotiate them down. Now you get a 30-year loan, and what are interest rates right now, Andrew? They're about 8%. They could even be higher if you have low credit or low credentials. They could be more. How much you end up paying for the $140,000 house? Well, you actually ended up paying $370,000. Between us, 200,000 sounds like a lot less. And that's pretty much what you're doing. You're saying, hey, I'll pay $200,000 for your house, but then you're just lowering the interest rate. Even if it's, at that point I would do 0% interest, or you could do, hey, I'll pay you $175,000 for your house. I'll pay you more for your house, but I need a really good rate. I need 3% interest. Now I'm paying $265,000 for the house and not 300 and something thousand. So you end up paying less over time. Does that make sense? It's all about what those monthly payments are. That's what we care about because we care about our cash flow. In this example, our monthly payments are $740. In your example, or whatever the example that was, now they're $556. Right. So that's the point of what we're doing. Wait, no, I think that's not right. Never mind. They're not 556. Sorry, they're 1,027. I knew something was off. So 1,027 versus 700 and something. So now your cash flow is $300 higher, right? So you're paying more technically for the property, but you actually end up paying less, and then your cash flow is more. Let me see your question. What is do you have a follow up question, Andrew? It's such a good question. Now, there's a downside of that. Does anyone know the downside? So you have a house. It's listed at 150 grand. You could maybe buy it 130 grand cash or go get a mortgage and buy it for 140 grand. But you're like, I'm so smart. I'm going to buy it for 170, 80, 90,000 with a low interest rate. Pace Morby style, right? There's actually a huge downside to that. If you keep the property as a long-term rental, in my example I just showed you, you would end up having an extra $300 in cash flow. It's smart if you're keeping it as a long-term rental because your cash flow should be higher. But if you have any intentions of selling this property within what I would say the next 5 to 10 years, do not do sub 2 or seller finance where you overpay for homes. Sub 2 or SF when you overpay. In the last live stream, I told you guys how most people who buy homes subject to, they actually end up overpaying for the homes. And Tony, Captain Vacation, came in and explained to you why you never want to do that. Again, you can do that with sub 2 and seller finance, but don't think you're going to want to sell that house in 5 to 10 years. Does anyone know why? Does anyone's like thinking, oh damn, I never thought about that? And don't think some of your exit strategies are now limited. So you can only do a long-term rental, a midterm rental, an STR. You could do a pad split. But guess what you can't do? That's what you can't do, guys. You cannot now do a wrap. Your wrap is dead. You cannot do a lease option. Your lease option is dead. And you cannot do a BRRRR. Your BRRRR is dead. This is getting pretty high level. But there are consequences of going Pace Morby style and overpaying for property, seller finance, or sub 2. That's something for some reason no one talks about. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, let's overpay because our cash flow is more. We're getting a great low interest rates. Low interest rates will bite you in the ass if you have any intentions of selling, doing a wrap, a lease option, or a BRRRR. That's pretty technical. If you want to learn more about that, let me know. But just know there are consequences. So, Andrew, you're 1,000% right. If you wanted to flip that home, do not do that because you got to think about it. I'll walk you through one last example. I'm going to stop talking. We'll go to something else. If you buy a house, there's a house on the market for 150 grand, right? You could buy it for 150 grand, okay? But you're like, nah, I'll pay $200,000 and I'm going to get 0% interest. And your monthly payments are $500 instead of, if you got a loan and everything, they were $800. Because here it's at, I don't know, 6% interest. Okay. You're like, dude, I'm winning. I'm saving $300 a month. I'm a beast. But in 2 years, the economy goes to shit and you lose your job and you're forced to sell your house. Well, hey, dumb nuts, you bought it for $200 or $200,000. You bought it for 200K. If you would have bought it for 150K, you paid 50K more. So now you want to sell your house in a hurry. Well, that you're already 50K in the red. Let's say you sell it for 130,000. No, you didn't lose 20,000. You lost 70,000. And now you cannot wrap it. You cannot BRRRR. You cannot do a lease option. You're screwed. You need to keep it as a long-term rental. You have to. So that's that. Hopefully that's a little bit helpful. Exactly. If you overpay for a house and it's time to refi, what happens? You're screwed. Now, you wouldn't refi because you're buying a house, seller finance, or sub 2 where you're getting a long-term loan. It's more so the problem is if you're on a cash crunch and something bad happens to your finances, you're in trouble. Or you're like, hey, I don't want this house anymore. It became a troubled asset. You're in trouble. So there are costs to overpaying for properties. Nobody, for whatever reason, talks about it in the creative community. And I think a lot of them are going to have a lot of pain in a few years when inevitably the economy gets bad and some of them are over leveraged and some of them just have troubled homes and they want to sell them off. They're going to be in huge trouble. So balloons shouldn't be an opening for sub two or sell or SF with. I hate balloon options. Genuinely hate them. In commercial, it's really popular. In single family homes, it's not popular. But yeah, you can do never do a balloon for sub two. That to me is ridiculous. But balloons with seller financing is popular. I would prefer not to because at the end of the day, guys, we're doing all this beautiful creative finance, right? We are working our asses off talking to super nice ladies like whatever her name was. And we are finding these beautiful homes. We're finding these beautiful homes, and I am working so hard to negotiate 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% interest rate seller financing, or taking over 2, 3, 4, 5% interest rate loans for the long term. I'm trying to do that for the next 30 years. What's the point of going through all this negotiation if in 5 years that balloon's going to go away and I need to either, refi the house and then I have to use my own credit and my own credentials. The whole point of sub two and seller finance is to not have to qualify for these loans, take them. The debt is with sub two is in someone else's name. With seller financing, it's just so easy to get these loans, and they're at these low rates. I want these low rates for a long period of time. I don't want to just 2-3 years from now. People aren't thinking long term enough. At that point, there's no point of what we're doing. So great question. Does anyone have a follow up on that? All right, it's 6 o'clock. We're going to jump from the seller finance conversation. We did 30 minutes of seller financing. That was a surprise chat, but that was so important. You can overpay for homes, guys. They have to be long-term rentals. You should hold them for minimum 5 years, in my opinion, 10 years. Everyone thinks we live in this world of real estate. I was talking to my barber today. His family bought a home in 2019. He's like, man, my home doubled since 2019. It's probably going to double in the next 3 years. I said, no, it's not. It may go down 50% more likely in the next 3 years. Like real estate doesn't just double every 3-4 years. Like this is like fairy tale world, right? So people still live in a world where it's like, oh yeah, balloon in 5 years, my home will be worth so much more that we won't have any problems. No, it just, you got to keep your property. If you're going to overpay for a home, in 10 years from now, you're probably fine. 5 years from now, you're pushing it. 10 years from now, you're probably fine. That's what they say when you buy a house. Don't think you're going to move for 7 to 10 years. That's the old saying. But we live in some fantasy land because of COVID, and now they're going to demonetize my YouTube video because I said COVID. So there you go. When you go to the sellers start trying to push me to pay off the loan, what is your recommendation? Oof. Why does he want you to pay off the loan? So that's a great question. So Andrew said, hey, I bought a house 1 year ago subject to, and the seller is starting to try to push me to pay off the loan. What is your recommendation? And for all of you that don't know, and you guys already know this, what is subject to? Andrew just took over this guy's loan payments. This guy may have had a $200,000 house, and he was like, hey, I got a $180,000 mortgage on it, VA loan, 2.5%. My boy Andrew was like, hey, yo, I'll just take over those $180,000 loan and give you 20 grand cash, get out of the house. That's probably what happened. But he's trying to make you pay off the loan. Well, legally, if you did your contracts right, you don't have to, right? You have no obligation to pay off the loan, but he may want that loan paid off for one reason or the other. But I think you can overcome his obligations if you explain it to him properly. So why would he want his loan paid off? Maybe he wants to go buy another house and he has 180 grand of debt still in his name. What's the solution? Well, there's a lot of clever things you can do, but most underwriters will see that the loans have been paid off and over time consistently, and they'll be able to mark down most of that debt. I'm not an underwriter, so go double check that with an underwriter. Or more or less, rebuying a house once you sell sub two is sometimes it is more difficult, but it's not impossible. And I think if you explain it to him and work with him and talk with an underwriter, he should not have a problem. That's usually the most common, um, you know, conundrum from sellers is like they sold their house sub two and they want to go buy another one. Anyways, I want to cold call property. So if y'all don't know, if we head over to lists, I dropped in here, and this is what we're going to talk about in Thursday's live stream. So make sure to join. I dropped 1,000 realtor phone numbers to help you guys get pocket listings. Thursday is all about pocket listings, but today we are not doing the pocket listing. Oh, and just FYI, guys, I also gave you the sick template that I'm going to teach you to use. I know it looks simple, but it's powerful. on how to keep you know keep track of your pocket listings and following up with the realtors. Today, and then we'll talk about Collin County in a second here. Oh, what's up, bro? Oh, never mind. So today, my company, we locked up. Well, it was actually yesterday. Heather, one of our top acquisition agents, killed it. She locked up a sick pocket listing. It should make a lot of money. It's a great flip. I mean, and the numbers from pocket listings are insane. They are way bigger than on market properties. And it's pretty much the same process. It's get a good relationship with realtors. Pocket listings won't make you two, three, four, 5,000. They'll make you 10, 20, $30,000, and it's easier. But the reason y'all aren't getting pocket listings, no, I mean, some of you are like Kylie, but is because you're just not following up with these realtors and you're not becoming their best friends. That's all it is. If you're good at making friends, you're good at getting pocket listings. We'll talk about that Thursday. But today, I gave you guys, some of you may have had 500 numbers that I gave you guys in the past. Well, I just added another 500. So now you guys have 1,000 numbers, and I'll just keep adding to this. And these are all skip trace numbers that we paid for. We spent a lot of money on these numbers. So, go ahead and call them. These are just general numbers. So anyways, that's some of the stuff we can do. But just wanted to see if I can answer any more questions from y'all before we get calling some of those properties. I know Simon says he wanted to comp these. Simon, did you want to comp these properties right here? Mesquite Drive in Arlington and Nolan in Fort Worth?
Yes.
Sick. All right. I love that, Simon. That was the quickest yes I've ever heard. Let's do it. All right. So we're going to comp these properties. These are cash plays. They're probably fixer-uppers. Let's comp them. And if you guys want to comp at the same time, comp them with me. We can compare our comps. So we're going to see how much this property is worth and what we should offer. How do you know how much you should offer for a property? Well, Kylie probably knows off the top of her head now because she's absolutely killing it. But some of us, we actually need to do work, Kylie. We're not perfect.
Okay, you're being too nice.
So here's our subject property. Oh, it's actually off market. So let me pull it up here. We don't have any pictures of the inside to go off of. This is it. Hey, what's the inside look like, Simon? Is it just straight out of the what, 70s, 80s probably? When's this house built? 2000.
Give me
So
one second.
it's probably just straight out of 2000s. That's a tough year. It's like, do you fix up the home? I don't know. You have to see what the neighborhood calls for. It's going to be, 25 years outdated. It's probably going to look like, here, let's pull up some homes nearby. Oh,
It's built in 2000.
yeah, exactly. And they haven't probably fixed it up. See, this one was built in 2001 and hasn't been fixed up either, right? That's a 2001 kitchen. Those are 2001 floors, right? Maybe they painted some walls, it looks like, because I don't think 2000s called for gray. But that's about it. That's a 2000s bathroom. These are new floors, so they put LVT in recently. But that's 2000s brick. They didn't paint it white. So to me, the neighborhood's not calling for a full remodel. I'm not seeing gray everything and new kitchens, new everything. So this is a tough property to offer cash on. It probably doesn't make sense as a flip. It probably just makes sense as more just, hey, I'm gonna buy it and turn it into a long-term rental. Yeah, you see here's another one. This property, that's a 2002 kitchen. It's just on that teetering year where it's like, it's nice enough to sell. You're not gonna like destroy this kitchen, right? Maybe you can paint some cabinets white and then like put in new appliances, but it's like, it's, if it was in the 80s, wreck that, tear it down, break it down. It's old, it's outdated. This is, it's not that outdated. They put new flooring in. You do little things, right? You just put little stuff. So this could be a potential wholesale play. Now, what's a wholesale? We've actually, what's our property? What's our deal that we just have on? It's on Roulette. Do I have it up here? If not, no worries. No. Anyways, we just had a circle view. See if I can find it for you guys. Hold on. I forget the street address. Yep, this one. So we actually, just got an offer on this property that we wholetailed. We got it at 240,000 as a pocket listing. Believe it or not, I think we spent. And I made a video on it. Somewhere around $15,000 for rehab. Barely anything. Like we put new carpet in. We I think we painted some walls. We did some changes, some granite. I mean, 15,000 still goes a pretty long way. We did some things. But you see, it's like it's at that year where it's like I'm not going to wreck this house. It's a really pretty house. It's a beautiful house, especially for the money, right? For 385,000, I'm not going to destroy the kitchen. So we wholetailed it. We clean it up. We do a few things. We take really good pictures. We get it really nice, and then we relisted it. I mean, we're going to make a good amount of money on this deal, and that's sort of what your property is calling for. It reminds me of this one, and the reason it reminds me of it is because it's built in the 90s. So really anything, in my opinion, 90s, 2000s, that's a wholesale play. You go in, you do clean it up, very basic changes. I'd probably put LVT on this house that you're showing me, probably do some stuff to the kitchen and then resell it. So,
Okay.
with that said, what do we offer? Tough to say. So what's the situation with this property? Do you know, Simon?
He just told me, the agent told me he just got it off the market and he just
Just
got a
saying,
showing tomorrow. I mean, it's really, he told me to talk to him if I was interested in more,
cool.
anything. I
Well,
mean,
congratulations. I mean, great job. That's a pocket listing. Guys, Simon just got a pocket listing. It's when a realtor gives you a listing before they list it on MLS. They get a deal and they're like, I'm gonna call Simon. He's my best friend, right? I know he works, with all these other investors. He may want me to make an offer. W, bro. Right off the bat, congratulations. Like above anything else, even if the deal doesn't work, huge W. I mean, pocket
cool.
listings where you make the wins. So, what do we offer on this? Well, let's figure out what it's worth. So, do you know roughly a price, condition of the home? Do you have any information you could give us?
I mean, it doesn't look too bad. What I see compared to what you've seen on what you're
Yeah.
showing on the other houses.
No interior pictures you have. You don't know about the roof. You don't know about the foundation. You don't know about the HVAC. You just don't have anything to go off of.
I got pictures and everything, but it doesn't show you. I can show the email he gave me.
Okay. Well, you have any pictures of the interior?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And just, you don't have to show us, but like roughly, like, what do you, it just looks like it just needs to be cleaned up. It doesn't look like destroyed.
Right. It just need a little touch up and cleaned up a little bit.
Cool.
I mean,
Ugly
not a lot of
carpets.
work, what I've seen.
Yeah, like ugly carpets, need to replace the carpets, maybe put some new flooring down, stuff like that.
See if he wants to call this one.
If you want me to call
He's
something,
doing off market today, isn't he?
Yeah.
preferably, but again, who knows where the live streams take us? It's not a big deal, guys.
I mean, they look like they put new floors. I mean, it doesn't really need like nothing really to me, what I see.
Okay. Well, let's try to comp it and see what we can do. And you don't know an offer on it, right? You have nothing to go off of. We just need to make a cash offer.
Right.
Okay. Well, let's see. So, guys, you can help me comp it. So we have a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,300 square foot house that pretty much needs nothing, is what Simon's saying. When I hear needs nothing, I always think it needs a little bit of something.
Well, at least something. I mean, what I can't see everything to show the bathrooms that I could see. I mean, it shows the kitchen, it shows the living room, the outside, and that's really about it.
Yeah, no worries.
The roof looks great. I mean,
Oh,
yeah, the roof looks good.
all right, cool. Okay, let's try to
Outside
comp it.
outside
So
might need some yard work, but
this is a 4-2, 20, 22,000 square feet. Ours is a 3, 2.5. The bathrooms is what matters most, not so much the bedrooms. Ours is a 2.5 and it's 2,300 square feet. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna mute.
You
Who's
like
that?
to eat.
Oh,
You like to eat.
I think he's talking to his dog. All right, we will mute Superhuman. My bad, Superhuman. DM me if you want me to unmute you, buddy. But you probably have a really cute dog or kid. I mean, maybe it's your kid. I don't know. I'm used to having dogs. I don't have kids yet. Okay, so anyways, so let's try to find a comp. If you guys find a comp, let me know. We want to look in. So here, what I would immediately do is do not cross this street. This is a major street. Once you cross the street, these are not good comps. You want to stay in the same neighborhood. And I would not cross Mansfield either. I would stay right in here. Because to me, this is all an area that was probably built around the 90s, 2000s, right? They built this whole development around the same time. So all these homes are going to be very similar. At least that's how Texas works. Maybe your state's different, but these things are all just developed by one person way back in the day. Here's a 2,000 square feet again. Can we find anything that's a 2,300 square feet by chance, or we can't? I'm seeing everything sold around 395, and MLS always crashes. Crash again. Oh, there we go. That one's 20. That one's 3,000 square feet. You guys find a comp, let me know. But this is pretty much what you do. This is 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. That's a disgusting house, isn't it? Has to be for 360. I'm curious. No, it's not that bad. Looks like my college rentals. Yeah, this house needs work, right? You could easily fix this one up. Wow, that one sold for 360. That's like a good buy. Anyways, no, we would have to run the numbers and see what we should offer cash. Anyone have an idea yet? Y'all are helping me today. You guys are killing me. Okay, we have a comp we can go off of. So 2,000 square feet. Not fine. Usually these properties are all very similar. We're not finding anything extremely similar. These are much nicer homes over here for some reason. Not this one. Anyways, let's just look at one. So this sold for 365. Wow, way above list. It lists at 350, sold for 365. Yeah, they're all just roughly the same. So what am I thinking? Your property's worth what? What did you think it was, like 370 or something? 375? Is that
Yeah,
still
somewhere around there. I mean, what I can find. I'm not good with Texas yet.
Yeah, yeah. Is there a reason why they were trying to do a pocket listing and not list it, you know, on the market
He,
right now?
he goes. This agent does. He calls the investors first before he does. He does anybody that wants to do. He gave me a few more other properties that really need some love.
Yeah,
And
those are probably a little easier to look at. But sure, we can look at those too. Does this property has nice hardwood throughout. Again, I don't have pictures of your property, so I can't say. Um, so this one looks a little bit nicer to me. This one looks like it was built and spent more money on it, and it sold for 375. So maybe ours is worth a little bit less. Again, without pictures, it's hard to say.
yeah, this is
But
too
ours has
much.
a 2.5, right? So we have that extra half bath. So I don't know, somewhere around there. So if you can get it, where would you want to get it for it to make sense? Usually, you probably want to get it. I mean, if let's just say we could sell it for, for sure, confidently we can sell it for 370. I mean, I don't know. Let's just say we could sell it for 370 confidently. We probably have. I mean, again, I'm not looking at pictures. Maybe 15 grand of work. Money doesn't go far anymore. Okay, so
That's
let's
true.
just yeah, we all know it. Like, there we go. $15,000 of work. Usually on like a novation play, you can offer like 80 to 85%. I would just say 82%. We're not doing a novation. We'd actually have to close twice. So maybe I'd be happy to offer like 78% on this. So say 370. I probably want to get it lower though to even make some money. 370. Let's see. 370 times. Where's my times button? Oh, there it is. Let's just sort of see around there. Minus 15 G's. What did I do wrong? I always do something wrong. Oh, there you go. My bad. So that's 273. I don't know. Maybe I would have to talk to the guys. Maybe we're a buyer around like, if you've submitted an offer at, 265 something, I think that makes sense. Because we would have to
Okay.
close twice. Closing costs 10 grand. Add that 275. I'll talk to the guys. I don't do many wholesales personally, so I don't know where they offer and what percentage they offer at.
Okay.
But I'm just thinking if we was at 240, we listed ours. You probably want to. Yeah, I mean maybe we could do a little bit less. So I think if you can get under 3, it would make sense to me personally. Unless anyone can jump in. What,
What,
Kylie?
280, 270.
Kylie, you jumped in. You said sorry, Max. What are you sorry about? Are you leaving?
No, for freaking unmuting.
Oh, it's all good. Kylie, do you have any opinions on this one for a wholesale?
No, personally, I was looking at one of my houses while you were
Okay, no
doing that.
worries. We'll send it to me. Let's look at that. Yeah, see if you. I mean, just if I would, you don't have to give them a hard number. See if they would take under 3. Again, I don't have the pictures. If you want to DM or send me those pictures, I can give you a much better answer.
Okay.
See if they'll take under 3 or around 3. And if they're not in that range, it may not be worthwhile.
Yeah, he was shooting for like 320, but I was like, maybe 280. But that was like, I better
If they're
wait.
shooting for 320, I don't think you're far off. Uh,
That's what
if
he was offering, but that's not what I was.
if we can again, I don't know if we can confidently get 370. We can look at these numbers a little bit more closely, on our own time. If we could confidently get 370, then and we have 15 grand to work in. Would need to see these pictures. At least add 10 grand for double closing costs because we're gonna have to sell it twice. It's gonna be on the market for 3 months. We're gonna have to pay taxes and stuff. There's another 10 G's. Um, hopefully it's not on the market for 3 months, but we're gonna have to fix it up and then put it on the market. So that's 20, 45,000, and then we need to make some money. Let's just say that we want to make and add $5,000. I'm probably forgetting something. Now you got 50,000, and let's say we want to make 30 grand. So that's 80 grand less. Yeah, I think under 3 is sort of where my mind is at.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I just, I'm trying to make sure the comps are good.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think you absolutely nailed your number, Simon. But yeah, see if you can poke around and get them there. I think you're absolutely onto something. If you can, send it to me. I'll have the team run numbers accurately for you when we're not on the live stream. And then you had another property, right?
Yeah, that one's almost done. That one's, he said, is ready to rent. The owner just left it vacant and he's ready to just sell it. I'm like, it's ready to rent.
He's ready to sell this one.
Yes, he's offered cash offer and it's not as high, but it's ready to go rent. And I think renting for it's vacant, but it's ready to, it's like pretty much flipped, but it just needs to be rented out and he just has it do it.
Okay, so he wants to sell it though. Yeah, I mean, just do the same thing probably. Just see if he'll take a discount on it.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, that's what he plans on. Yes, he talks to all the fix and flippers and investors first before he decides to put it on market.
I like the first. Is this one fully fixed up? Let's just quickly look. The one you sent me, that 2000 one's actually really interesting because it's a great wholesale play. Hey, I can come in and make the house look super nice.
Yeah, that's the
Put some
one.
LVT down. Do some little things. Put some new handles and faucets or whatever. It's just like the little stuff that people really see and care about, and then you can sell a house for so much more. Um, this one's fixed up. Oh, I don't have the accurate pictures. A property that's brand new, completely fixed up, gray everything. It's really not even worth our time. But that one is interesting, that first one. So keep me posted on that one. I'm gonna have the guys tomorrow give you a solid number where we would buy it at for you. Okay, then you can go negotiate down.
All right,
So
bet.
yeah, bet. Then let me send this over to the team after this. Great job on that one.
Thank
Okay,
you.
what other ones did you guys want to look at? I love the wholesale play. Awesome. I'm not sure if you already explained it, but can you explain in further detail on what a wholesale is? Oh yeah, sorry, if I didn't do a good job explaining it. A wholesale is a funny word between wholesale and retail, and pretty much it's a word that the industry created for saying that you're I don't know the exact definition, or maybe there isn't no exact definition, but from where I understand it, it's pretty much like you're fix and flipping a house without actually doing a full fix and flip. So kind of those properties that you're sending me, those $100,000 crack houses in South Dallas, that is not a hotel.
Okay, be
I'm just
nice about
saying,
my
hey, you're making
properties.
money. They're great. They're beautiful. They're gonna be beautiful, but there hasn't been anything sold in any of them other than crack.
Okay,
It's
lovely. I know how to
like the
find those houses.
right. I mean, that's fine, and we love those houses, but yeah, it's lipstick on a pig, basically, right? But they need full remodels, right? They need a full fix and a full flip. A wholesale is when you just pretty much put lipstick on a pig. It's really when you find those houses that are, I would say, 90s or newer, at least here in Dallas, and you're just doing little things to them, and then you're relisting them. So instead of your repairs being 30, 40, 50, $100,000, your repairs are less than 20 grand. And a wholesale can be, some people only do wholesales. Some buyers literally will only do wholesales. And they're great. They're absolutely great. So yeah, so if you find a house 90s or newer, just think wholesale. New carpets, maybe new flooring, new paint. Sometimes you put like new, you know how like you'll have like the quartz in kitchens or that ugly stuff. Then you put granite in the kitchens or that faux granite or that faux marble stuff. You just make it look really nice. A lot of times you put new vanities into bathrooms. Like you can redo a bathroom vanity for a few $100. Really simple things. Showers, like at my rental properties, instead of like putting in brand new showers, I just had my painter go in with like this super weird paint and paint the showers white because they were turning yellow. Little things like that. And then you relist it. You're not trying to get full ARV, but you're trying to get like 80, 90% of ARV. Well, actually, maybe not 80% of ARV, like 95% of ARV. Does that, or maybe 90? I don't know. Anyways, does that make sense? Hopefully that helps you out. And yeah, so absolutely, you can focus on wholesales, guys. That's a whole nother option. So you don't have to only be focusing on those little homes in South Dallas, Kylie. Believe it or not, those it's actually really weird. So the market, I was explaining this to who was I explaining this to? I forget who I was explaining it to. Just like how fashion changes every year. Like a couple years ago, everyone wanted a blue watch. Now green is in, and now there's probably a new color. Just like how anything changes. Real estate investors with their fix and flips change. So little, crack house homes used to be super popular, and they were like selling just like that. And right now, that's slowed down, and people now want that brick home. And yeah, I don't know. It's probably going to change in 6 months to 12 months from now. So you sometimes you as a wholesaler you want to play to what the buyers want. And there's a lot of competitions for those small fixer uppers in South Dallas, I've noticed, or South Fort Worth or Oak Cliff area. So I just want to make sure that your guys' time's maximized. If you can get those deals like Kylie, amazing. But just know that you're going to be competing with 100 other Kylies, and not even just Kylie's. I mean, Kylie herself is the super Kylie. So you're competing with 99 people almost as good as Kylie, but not as good as Kylie. So it's tough to get those homes. A lot less wholesalers are going after the ones that we just looked at. Cool. Okay. Well, happy I was able to talk about those. Happy I was able to talk about those. Did you guys want to cover anything else at the moment? Or you just want to call some on-market properties or off-market properties? Okay. I think we're going to rip some off-market properties for like a little bit. Now, I don't know if anyone's going to answer. I really hope they do. So here is your guys' list. Let me whip out that list one more time. There's too many channels in this. Or I can't even keep up either. I don't know how you guys do it. I have more channels than you guys. I'm admin. So here we go. This is a list in Collin County. So I give you guys a list. It's not been scrubbed for DNC. So if you have a power dialer, some phone dialers will automatically scrub for DNC. If you're using like a Google Voice or a very simple dialer, it's not going to scrub for DNC. What is DNC? DNC is do not call. There is a national do not call list, and you want to make sure you're not calling those numbers because you could get fined. So I did not pre-scrub for DNC. So I'm curious, what is your guys' favorite DNC scrubber, if any? And we can go and do it. Most of them would be paid, not all, I would believe. You guys have one that you prefer? I don't think enough wholesalers are scrubbing for DNC. I extremely recommend it. I would never call a list that's not been scrubbed for DNC because I don't want to piss anyone off. Nope. Okay. So yeah, if you use like a super fancy power dialer or a lot of things, so they'll make sure that the phone numbers are not on the DNC list. So all right, then we're doing this together, guys. So DNC scrubber cold calling. If you guys have one, tell me. I'm open. So I know a lot of these are paid. I do not. I mean, I am not affiliated by anyone. So if you guys, well, I'll let you guys know my favorites are based off what people are telling me the favorites, and then you guys can run it through there. Oof. Okay, well, doing this now is probably not a great time, so I can pull up some other lists that I have and call those. We'll have something. I don't want to have to scrub here and make you guys watch me scrub a list, but it's pretty easy. You just download an Excel file, you plug it into there, and you pay probably like a few cents per scrub, just depending on what software. I think we can check it out. All right. Like for example, this one. Oh, they all look so sketchy. There you go. It's 0.005, so it's less than a penny per phone record. And it's just going to run it through the do not call national database. There's another one. There's a ton of them. I'm sure there's a way to do it for free too. Can we check the property? Okay, we'll check property comps on this one real quick, and then I'm gonna call some old lists I have. Bobby. 1126 Bobby Lane in Garland. Okay, so here's a property. Want me to comp it real quick? I'll comp it super fast. Then I want to call some properties. Okay, it's almost 6:30. We got to call them properties. Kylie, I may make you give a big speech to everybody while I pull up my lists. So
Not happening.
it is absolutely going to happen. So this property is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and it's 2,200 square feet. Again, hard for me to comp it without knowing the condition inside. It's built in what looks like in 1978 or something. I don't know. When was this built? 1967. Okay, I was hoping 1978. I have a house that's very similar. Built in 1978. Okay, I don't know the inside, so it's again terribly difficult to comp. Where in Garland is this? That's a good area of Garland. Probably like a, I was gonna say maybe like a $350,000 house, but I don't know the condition. Yes, Hannah. I may make you do a speech too. So get ready.
Yeah, that really bit her in the ass, didn't it?
So I think that house fixed up is probably like 375 or something, just a gut feeling. But again, it's almost impossible for me to say without knowing the condition. It's probably hasn't been touched. That house, probably I know this area pretty well. That size probably needs it could need 50 grand of work. So if it is 375, and again we can check that 375,000, 0.7 minus 50. What do you offer? 212, something around there. Maybe you can squeeze a 225. We'd have to see what ARV is. But where was I? There I was. Yeah, so here it's a little tricky. It's like, each neighborhood gets a little different. You want to try to stay as close as possible, preferably not cross any major streets. Jupiter, you would not want to cross on the other side of Jupiter. And you would want to stay within at least this little community box right here. Sometimes you can tell that the lot sizes are different. You always want to stay within homes with similar lot sizes. There's no homes sold on this. No, there's one down there. But this one's significantly smaller, 1,600 square feet, so that's not a good comp. I'm not seeing any big. It's pretty rare down there to find two-story homes. Everything's probably going to be a 1-story. You do not find a lot of them. Actually, to be completely honest, it's probably an addition. They usually didn't build those 2 stories in 68. That means they added that. Additions were pretty popular in the 70s there. But anyways, this is going to be a tough one to comp. It's going to be pretty rare to find a 2-story home in Garland. That's not brand new. I own one of the few in Richardson. So yeah, it's tough to say. Let's see if we can find up a fixed up house real quick, and then we can extrapolate. None of these homes are fixed up. This one may be fixed up. This one's fixed up. 1,400 square feet, right? Yours is twice as big, and this is selling for 320. So maybe yours is worth 400,000. It very well could be. It's just hard for me to say. There's just absolutely no comps to go off of. And this is not even a mega mansion. Again, you're crossing a major street, so tough to say, man. Okay, but if it is, let's say 400,000, then maybe can bring 400. Then here's sort of, and again, I need to know the condition of the inside. And 230 would sort of be like your guess. So anyways, you're in the low 200s ish, is where my mind is at. Hopefully that was helpful. Okay, so guys, feel free. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a second while I pull up lists. Kylie, it is your moment to shine. Give a speech to everybody. Talk about some helpful tips on pocket listings. Whatever you want to talk about, Kylie.
You always put me on the spot. I don't know what I'm supposed to say to these people. Okay, I have favors to ask. Can we do that one?
I'm sort of scared, but go for it.
Anybody in this chat or even the Discord, it would be nice for someone to be a Kylie with off-market properties, because that is where I struggle. I don't know how to talk to these owners. I could talk to agents all day, but I just don't know how to talk to owners. They're mean.
Interesting.
For me.
Have you tried a happy medium? Have you tried calling for sale by owner?
I have. It's never gone well.
Okay, that's a good practice, because that's right in between an owner and a realtor, because they are their own realtor and they are an owner. So I started with for sale by owner. That's how I got comfortable talking to sellers. You guys have any helpful tips for Kylie? Anybody have helpful tips for Kylie in the chat here?
So yeah, I switched this one.
Hey, that was smart, Kylie. Good job.
Well, I know that off market can we can bring in more money. You can get more deals if you do it right. But I don't know why. That's the one thing I struggle with.
Yeah, I've called. They just hang up or they're mean. I mean, just keep on calling. You'll eventually get a nice person.
Yep. So yeah, the thing with off market is you have to. I'll tell you guys the numbers real quick. So with on market, completely different game. About half of the realtors you call will answer, and then everyone's going to want you to submit an offer, and everyone's interested in selling because the home's for sale, right? It's your numbers are very easy. With off market, it's a completely different game. Okay, I got my list up, so let me now flip back over. Hold on one second. Switch my camera over. And let me share my Discord. With off market, here are the numbers that you should be expecting. You should be expecting for every $100 you make, for 90% to tell you F you, like just straight up F you, because they're not going to answer, right? And that's the worst F you. When someone doesn't answer, that is the biggest middle finger to me. If someone told me F you, I can say, excuse me, actually, let me tell you why that's not F you. I can't even counter when someone doesn't answer. So 90% are not going to answer. Maybe a few are going to answer, like 5 are going to answer and be like, no, hang up. Okay. And then about the other 5 are going to be interested, and 1 is going to be a deal. So usually from the numbers I've seen is about for every 100 good dials. And when I say deal, I'm not even going to say that you're going to be able to sell it. You're going to be able to lock it up. It's like a deal as in you have something there. There's potential. So for every 100 dials, you guys should have 1 solid good lead you should go off of. And 4 people should be interested. They're just probably not ready to sell yet, or the price doesn't work. When you start thinking about it that way, you get a lot less worried on the other people, on the numbers not working. So there you go. And no, it's just a conversation. It's a fun conversation to have. You shouldn't worry about calling random people. So, and I will show you right now. We have a list of random people here. And I'm going to do absolutely no research on their home. I'm just going to go in blind. What do I recommend to you guys? I really don't recommend that you look at each one of their addresses, run the numbers, see if it's a good deal, and then call them. Because at that point, what's the point when 90% of them aren't going to answer? What you should be doing is just calling them. Let me see what their phone number is. Here's their phone number. This is the most important data, and then their address. So we'll just wing it. Again, I just wing everything. Now, what I want to make an actual live stream on, and something that I'm interested in doing, is driving for dollars. I think that's a super interesting technique for you guys to learn. And it's a really cool middle ground between cold calling and like what Kylie likes, actually like doing research and going into calls with numbers prepared. So we'll do another one on that. And also one of our wholesalers, actually it was Heather. She got a deal yesterday on Facebook Marketplace. And she has a whole technique for Facebook Marketplace. So I'll teach you guys that too. But for now, let's call some properties. I really hope someone answers. But like I said, they may not. So it may not be the most interesting calls. I'm going to crank up the volume, by the way. Tell me if it's better. I'm going to go deaf, though. I'm sorry, YouTube, if you guys are getting terrible feedback. Oh, I'm going to go deaf. Is it better? I hope it's better. I don't even know what the name of this person is. I really effed up here. Is this his name? Dude, I'm absolutely going in blind.
Are you calling right now?
Yeah, do you guys hear it?
No, we don't hear anything.
Okay, good. I'm gonna hang up because I'm going in blind. You didn't hear any of that? You didn't hear the ringing?
No, nothing.
Interesting. I wonder
I think you
why.
have to share your screen.
Wait, sorry.
I think it's part of the screen share, isn't it? Because the audio feeds through the screen share.
Oh, yeah, good point. Absolutely good point. I didn't share my screen.
I
No,
believe so, anyways.
yeah, no, you're super smart. Okay, cool. I was absolutely going in blind. Yeah, but I didn't share my screen. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, perfect. So, oh God, where did my list go?
You can go deaf again now.
Lost my list. Hold on. Lost my list. I lost my list. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. Yeah. This is the life of getting a list and cold calling. There we are. So here are the numbers. Let me make sure I have their name. So yeah, when you're cold calling, you really just need the property address, which is this column here. And then you really just need their name. And I would assume this is the first name here. This is the last name. That's what I'm vibing. So that's all you need. I do no more research than that. I would organize my list more organized than I currently have it, but I'm just winging these calls. Probably no one's going to answer.
Telephone number 97257.
And then there you would either leave a voice message or you would text them if you wanted to. Did you guys hear that well? Was it too loud? Feedback on that? Okay.
I didn't hear nothing.
You didn't hear any ringing?
Nope.
L.
We heard it.
You're not getting any ringing.
Nope.
You guys didn't even get the thing where it's like this is a voice message.
Nope.
Alrighty. Well, we're gonna call them on our cell phone. Terrible idea. I'm gonna have my phone marked as spam, but I'm doing it for you guys. All right, hold on 1 second. So, anyways, what's my script? So this is just a general list, and you could have a script, but it's pretty simple. I like to say, so what I like to do, I start off and say, so here's our list. Let's say I gave you guys a list, right? The guy answers. So first, be ready because you're usually just going to dial through and no one's going to answer. And you can choose if you wanted to leave a voicemail. I personally wouldn't leave a voicemail. I'd leave a text. Text is the best in my opinion. Most people are reading text these days. For a general list like this, it'd be like, hey, my name's Max. I have a fund and we're buying homes in your area. Are you open to a cash offer on your house? That's that would be my pitch. Your guys' pitch may be a little bit different. So I would just leave a nice text message. Just copy paste it. I wouldn't write a personal text message. That would just be it. But let's say I do get on a call with them. First thing I would say is, hey, is this Curtis? Right off the bat, that gets them like, whoa, how do they know my name? Right? When someone says your name, you immediately grab your attention. So I would start the thing call being like, hey, is this Curtis? My name is Max. I presented myself and I got his attention. That's what works for me. I don't say, hi, my name is Max and I want to do, no. Hey, is this Curtis? I'm Max. Yeah. Well, who's this? I'm like, well, he's like, I'm gonna be like, wait, is this Max? Do I know this guy? Do I know a Max? And then they start to think, right? And I'll be like, hey, Curtis, it's so great to talk to you. Thank you so much for taking the time. I have a fund. I'm a real estate investor. I have a fund, and I'm buying homes in your area. And just want to know if you're open to a cash offer, something like that. And then he's probably gonna be like, no, I'm not interested. And it's like, hey, man, you're already on the call with me. Just give me 2 minutes. Can I just get all the information and send you over a cash offer in the next hour? Dude, I'm not trying to sell my house. Curtis, it's a free cash offer. I'm happy if you say no to me. Just wanted to make you an offer. Dude, stop calling me. Curtis, Just 60 seconds, and I'm going to tell you what your home's worth. Isn't it worth it to you? I just don't give up. I will not give up. When I give up is when they hang up. They hang up, all right, I'm on to the next call. But I will never hang up the call first. And that's the whole pitch. It's that simple. So let's say you get someone who's open to it, then it's then you just go with the back and forth. Okay, cool. They may say, fine, what's my home worth? How much you want to buy it for? Curtis, slow down. I don't know how much to buy for your house. I need to know a little bit more about it. Have you done any work to the house? It's a beautiful house, Curtis. I see it here on Google. Then if we get a call going and they answer, I'm like, oh shoot, okay. Let me actually start to work here. So then I go on my phone. I'm like, yeah, wow, what a beautiful house in Plano. Oh, it's such a beautiful tree in the front yard. It looks great. And that fireplace probably gives off a lot of nice heat, Curtis. Right? You just have a conversation now. Now I'm panicking. I'm looking up the address and everything. And then then we're having a talk and we're going. I'm like, the house looks beautiful, but Curtis, like, it's a little bit of an older house. Like, when was the last time you did any work to it? Right. So that's the first question we're trying to get at. Number one is like, what work? Is this a brand new remodeled house? Because if it is, we're probably not interested. But if they haven't remodeled it in the last 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, perfect. Now we're very interested, right? Or if they have remodeled it recently, then I start thinking creative. Ooh, subject to. Ooh, seller finance. But I always lead with cash first. Because if you get on a call and you're like, hey, I just want to make you a quick cash offer, right? That's a lot better of, hey, I want to take over your loan payments. I know you don't know who I am, but you should absolutely trust me. That's a tough pitch. We can always backtrack into creative at the end if cash doesn't work. But let's gain their trust and get their attention with cash. So that's what I would do if they did answer. So just to recap, if you guys have questions, please feel free to ask them. Hey, is this Curtis? My name is Max. Yeah. Yeah. What is this? Do I know Max? What's up, Max? Dude, all day long, people call me, and I'm sorry, I'm the best bullshitter. So half the times I don't save your guys' phone numbers on my phone, and it's like, hey, Max, it's John, and I say, John, what's up, man? I miss you, John. I don't remember who John is. Right. So, I do this. So I pretty much just write these scripts or do this stuff just like how I would. Right. And if you have a name like Alistrada, well, it's probably not going to work as well for you because no one has your name. But if you have a very common name, this works really well. Because it'll be like, damn, I think I know a Max. So, anyways, then we're talking. We want to get repairs, right? Just want to get a really good rundown of the house. Want to know when they last redid, especially the kitchen and the bathrooms. That's your most important. Then you also want to know, hey, when did you replace like the HVAC? When did you replace the water heaters? When did you replace that stuff? If you have a conversation that's going, you also want to talk about the roof and the foundation, super important. That's repairs. Then, guys, always sprinkle in some conversation with the sellers. Man, Curtis, how long have you lived in the house for? 50 years? You're the original buyer? Tell me, what was that neighborhood like 50 years ago? Dallas has changed that much. You're telling me there was just farmland around you, Curtis? That's crazy. Tell me some crazy stories about that. If you get them on the phone, guys, become their best friends. Spend an hour on the phone talking about their life, talking about their grandkids. That's what it takes, right? So become their friends. But the information we need is repairs on the home, a general estimate of what they want, right? It's like, okay, Curtis, I get it. You want me to make you a cash offer? Just, I'm not here to waste your time. Sort of, what do you think your house is worth, right? And if you're not prepared for that, ask them like, hey, what are you gonna, do with all this money that you're gonna get? You're gonna go buy a mansion out in a different state? Like, get an idea of what they need the money for. If they come back to you like, hey, no, man, I got some bills to pay. My son is sick. Okay, well, there's a motivation there. If it's just like, I don't know, it's like, okay, maybe he's not that motivated. So I look for the motivation. As Pace Morby says best, you look for the bunnies. You keep digging in the conversation, and the more you do this, you'll be able to ask questions that feel to the seller like you care about their lives, which you do, but in reality, what you're digging for is the bunnies, right? Just like on that first call I made with that very nice lady, I was like, wow, you own so many properties. That's so great. What are you going to do with all this money? Why are you selling your portfolio? I was actually digging for questions, but but what she thought I was doing was just building a rapport. So those are the thing you want to get. The other thing you want to get once you get through those questions, the motivation, the bunnies, find the bunny, like Pace Morby says, is timeline. Hey, so let's say I wrote you a great offer. Like, when would you sell? You ready to go now? You have everything packed up? Do you need a lease back? When do you need to sell? And that's really the most important There's a few other things you want to get, but that's the majority of the information. So does that make sense to everybody? Is there anything I missed? What questions do you have before I keep continuing calling? And what's so scary about calling these people? You guys tell me. Or I'm gonna have to start calling on random people. Oh, Kylie, hold on. My headphones are muted. That's on me. That's on me. Kylie, just talk. My headphones are totally muted. Hold, guys. I absolutely apologize. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Garcia. Kylie, can you talk and see if my headphones are working?
I'm talking.
Okay, I fixed them. Sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying, Kylie? Dude, you won't believe it. My headphones cut out again. Oh my god. Sucks. One more time. Bought these new headphones and it's so dope, but every time you touch the cord, they disconnect. It's such an L. Okay. There you go. I heard you again. Okay, well, you guys probably don't want to hear it for a third time.
I'm talking to off-market properties, those owners, how do you like convince them to like sell? I don't know. My outlook on it is like you're calling houses that are not even listed. I mean, most of these people are like, well, no, why would I want to sell my house? Where am I going to go? Or the people that are like, I'd love to sell it, but I know there's no way you're going to be able to pay what I need. And what the heck am I going to do after you buy my house? It's like those situations.
So yeah, with these, you're 1,000% right. With these lists, it's a numbers game, and I also found a culprit of why my headphones weren't working. My cat, she was playing with my headphones.
Oh, kitty.
Yeah, this is Peter. You want to be on the live stream?
I want a kitty.
Yeah, her name is Peter. It's a long story.
Her name is Peter.
Her name is Peter.
I
We
love
found.
it.
I rescued her, and I thought she was a boy.
Oh, perfect.
So, anyways, yeah. So like that list, it's a general list, just calling random people, and it's the same intention of just door knocking, right? Or just sending mailers out. Like when you get like every day, I get a mailer from somebody. It's like, hey, I'll buy your house $200,000 cash. It's a numbers game. You just know that every X amount of people, every 100 people you call, one of them is going to be very, very good lead. Four of them may be interested. It's just a numbers game. And that's why most people have VAs call, or if it's not worth their time. This is a lot more time consuming. So if you have a full time job, man, calling these lists is brutal, right? This is something that you need a lot of time to dedicate because again, it's absolutely just a numbers game. You keep doing it long enough, you'll get a hit, but it just takes a while. Now you could get more tailored lists, right? You could call pre foreclosures, you could call expired listings, you can call probate listings, but they all come with their own downfalls. When you call pre foreclosures, they don't answer because they get calls all day long from debt collectors. And when they do answer, I'm telling you, I've gotten a few to answer, just a few. F you, stop effing calling me. It's very rare you get one that's like, oh my God, thank you. I can't believe you want to help me. Because their first reaction is just people who have tried to take advantage of them for so long. They're in a tough spot. So yeah, there's good and bad to every list, Kylie. There's no good answer. And that's why at the end of the day, every single one of you is going to find what you love the most. Kylie, I think you have your answer. You're really good with on market and you're good at building relationships with realtors. You're not going to make a lot of money on your on market deals. You're going to make a lot on your pocket listings, and that's what you should be working towards. That's why you'll love Thursday's live stream. But some of you are not going to mind just in the background, just doing this. Actually, no, I can't do it because you guys can't hear. But just putting a number and calling, like I actually didn't mind it. I used to cold call for work for a different job, and I would just fly through like 100 numbers in like 2 hours, which is like insane. I'd have or like even an hour. I've gone down an hour where I'm cold calling on multiple phones. Before there was power dialers, I have like 2, 3 cell phones and just go like cold call, and someone answers. I'm like, hey, hold on one second. Hey, I'm just good at that. I can juggle conversations, and so it didn't bother me. And then I got someone on the phone, and I could convince them pretty well that they're like, hey man, no, you want to sell. Dallas sucks. It wasn't like it was 50 years ago. A city, annoying. Don't you want to move out to the country? You've always thought about moving out to the country. I think you should, right? So it's just a different style for each person. Okay. You guys have any other questions? I'm just going to keep on calling some. But that's really the pitch I use. You want to learn really get an understanding of the repairs, become their best friend, and get an understanding of when they'll leave, and sort of just like roughly what their motivation is. The most important thing I can tell you out of all that was motivation. If you can figure out specifically what their bunny is, you have a deal. Every seller has a motivation. It's just uncovering what that is. And I'm sorry if I keep touching my face. Peter has hair all in my face. That's shedding everywhere. It's summertime. Okay. Y'all have any cats? I see everyone posting their dogs in the pet section. Everyone's posting their dogs. No one's posting their cat. Oh, there's someone. There's Chris with a cat. Ryan has the cutest dog. Okay, Goldie Roger has a cat. Cool. I love to see it. Okay, let's call some more properties. Y'all are tired of me. Yeah, this may be a bit uneventful because these people rarely answer. But that's why again, VAs are great. So you can pay a VA $3, $4, $5 an hour. Usually in the Philippines, Brazil is also great for that. To cold call. India is also good, but actually Indian labor is starting to get pretty expensive. So that's why that's actually moved to Pakistan. Fun things you guys are learning on this live stream. So let's call this person right here. Yeah, and if you guys spent time looking at each property and running numbers and comps, you would absolutely never get a deal when you're cold calling. You have to learn to pretty much go into these blind, just like I'm going to do right now. All right. And it's not ringing. Wonderful. Oh, there we go.
Cannot complete your call as dialed.
Cool. That was fun. Let's try another one. 214 563. And that's why power dialers are so beautiful, because they pre-scrub for DNC and you can call 6-7 phone numbers at once. If you guys do a lot of this, I highly recommend investing in a power dialer. You fly through these lists in hours, not years. Who am I calling? I don't even know who I'm calling. Kenneth? Oh. Let's see if Kenneth answers.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
I'll show you.
At the tone, please record.
I'll show you what kind of voicemail I would leave. Hi, Kenneth. My name is Max. I wanted to see, and just as a random question, if you were open to selling your house. I have a fund buying in your area. We're paying cash. We're paying top dollar. Just wanted to know if there was any possibility that you'd be open to selling now or in the next 6 months. Thank you so much, Kenneth, and you have an awesome day. I don't know, something like that. It could probably be perfected. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm always open to tips because I am learning just like you guys. Let's call this one. Yeah, and you would organize your list better so you'd actually know what the heck you're calling. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. That makes it more fun. You guys are going to see me mess up if someone does answer. I'm probably going to say the wrong name. What am I calling now? Gabble? No, that's the last name. Kristen.
Your call.
So that's the life of off-market calling. And I know that sounds like so much fun. Where do you get these leads from? These are leads that my company got. So if you go over to lists, I gave you guys some over here. But yeah, that's an awesome question. So, how long is each call taking? Probably about 30 seconds. And if you do 30 seconds times 100, expecting to get one good deal. I mean, people should answer. This is, and you have to call at the right time too. So you want to make sure that you're calling about 5 to 6:30. You want to also make sure that your number's not marked as spam. So call some of your friends or call some numbers that you've never called before and just ask them if what your number's coming in as. If it's coming in as spam, ditch that number. It's not worth trying to save it, in my opinion. Yeah, because I mean that's a lot. A lot of times people think they have bad data when in reality it's just their number is bad. There you go. But yeah, no, you should expect to call for 20 minutes and get someone to at least get a good lead going. We'll call a couple more. I'm having a good feeling. Investor has a question he's going to ask. I have a good feeling. I have a good feeling. Yeah, don't call from your personal cell phone, guys. What kind of list did you pull? This is just a general list of homes that fit my funds buy box here in DFW. There's no motivation behind this list other than just sellers. Great question. This is just a very general list, and I'll get you guys more tailored lists going in the future. And you guys are going to learn. Every one of you are going to have your own favorite list. Some of you guys are going to love to be the probate guys. Some of you guys are going to love to be the generalist guys. All of you are going to be different. Investor has a question, but here I'll call a couple more. Yeah, you can see cold calling live streams are not, at least off market, not the most exciting live streams. It's like a really boring movie. There's no action until someone answers, that it's chaos. All hell breaks loose. Did I already call this one? I already called Kristen. That's on me. Yeah, my bad, guys. Call this one. 972. Yeah, again, I think it's super effective to have the name. If you walked away with anything, starting the call with, "Hey, is this so much more effective." I get cold calls all day long. It's like, "Hello," and make sure you at least say their name right. You don't know how to say their name, better off not even saying it. But yeah, I get cold calls all day long. If someone started with, "Hey, Max," I'm like, "Whoa, what's up, dude? How's it going?" So, like, "Hey, Barbara, it's Max." Oh, that one didn't even ring. "Hey, Lynn, how's it going?" All right, let's try Lynn, and then I'm gonna come back to your guys' questions. Then we're gonna bail on this, and you guys can do it on your own free time when you guys don't have to sit here on your wonderful Tuesday and listen to me call these people. 972 423. We have a good feeling about Lynn, guys. She's gonna answer. That'd be incredible if she did. What a way to end the cold calling. I'm gonna manifest it right now.
Hi. We can't
Oh
come
my
to the
god, I
phone
thought
line
she
now.
actually answered.
Someone that you call.
So something that I do
Phone number.
is, that's a real phone number. That was Lynn's phone number. I'm gonna mark that as green, and I'm gonna call that one back. A lot of times you're gonna be calling in a day that's bad, and you mark those as red. If they answer, that's already half the not answer. If you know it's a real phone number, that's half the battle. Do you recommend cold calling as a good way to get started wholesaling? Absolutely. Even if you don't get a deal, you're gonna be able to build up your confidence, and I think you will get a deal. It's just a numbers game. Yeah, absolutely. No questions asked. Yeah, and let me know what you guys think about the data too. I want to know if you guys, the data I gave you guys, if it's accurate. But yeah, that's Lynn's phone number. I'm gonna be calling Lynn back tomorrow. Right. So I always save the real numbers to good numbers, because eventually Lynn's gonna answer me. She just didn't answer right now. You shoot Lynn a text, that's a real number, right? Sometimes you're just gonna get a, "Please leave a message up to Tone," and you don't know if that was Lynn's number or not. But if it's like, "Hi, this was Lynn. So great to talk to you." I'm saving that one. I'm saving that one. I know that that's actually the real person. Okay, check. That's super important too. Okay, Kylie has a question. Let's see what Kylie is asking. If you guys want me to keep calling, I'll keep calling. I just want to bore you guys with calling and no one answering. This is a perfect time to call, in my opinion. Right until about 7:30. Then I let people go to bed. 7, 8, go to dinner, rest. Keep calling, lol. Oh, you guys are killing me. All right. Yeah, I used to be nervous about this stuff. Now it's I think I've just lost all self-worth. All right, let's call Walter. Walter Norris. Chuck Norris's brother. Nope.
Completed as dialed. Please check the number and.
That's a bad number. So what I would do is I would mark that as red. Never call that one back. All right. I'm going to call one more. Do you guys have any properties you want me to comp? Anything I can do to save me from having to do this? Are y'all just going to kill me? Hannah has a property for me to comp. Come on, Hannah. Come through strong. Oh, it's on market? Send it over. Let's do it. Let's call one more. Yes, guys. There is no... This is not a very gloriful time. What I really love, and I think I'm really going to get more into, is driving for dollars for you guys. I think that's going to be a good time. Okay, let's call Tong. Ming Tong. So then some of these people are going to be out of state. So she is out of state. She's a real estate investor from what I can see on my list. Cool. Those are another list you can call. You can call people who've lived in their homes for over 20 years. You can call people whose kids just moved out. You can call list of out of state investors. You can call anything. I don't even know the name. Where's the name? There you go. Oh, what the hell? Oh, no, never mind.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice.
Guys, what I'm going to do for you probably, you're pulling an off-market one for me? Sick. What I'm going to do probably is just record a video of me just cold calling for a couple hours, and then I can edit it down for you guys. I'll have my poor editor, Samuel, sit through that and edit it down, so then you guys can see some real action of it. Okay. I want to make sure that this is a valuable time for me to answer you guys' questions. Okay, so you want me to comp this property. Cool. What's up, Simon? Simon has a question. So this is the property in question that we wanted to comp. Oh, God. It's lopsided. Yeah, right off the bat. So it's actually been really funny. We've just done so many of these. Kylie has sent us so many of these that I pretty much know that we got to get this like at under 100. So it's like, I don't know, probably 80 grand. But let's see. That's just a guess. A 3-bedroom, 1-bath house is probably 80 grand max. What's the inside look like? We have no interior pictures. I assume devastating. You can read the ad. The home is located in the city of Dallas, Texas. I'm pulling it. Okay. Dallas, Texas. Being near Dallas means resident. Okay, yeah, that's great. Highest and best due by Friday, February 23rd. I feel like that date has passed. Let's see if it's still on what it says on market. I don't know. You can tell that they're struggling here. Let's see. Yeah, so pretty much framer houses, and just like what's a framer? Non-brick. Again, your area is probably so different. I'm just talking about DFW. These framer like houses, they're going to be a little bit tougher to wholesale. Everyone loves brick here for whatever reason. And when they're small like this, how is that 1,400 square feet look smaller? Anyways, we just know that these are usually, we need to get them under 100 grand. That back looks horrific. Oh my. Oh my. Yo, I'm thinking more like 60. I'm thinking this may be a tear down, a lot play. So we can also calculate lot value. It's another thing. I said 80K maximum low. Probably around 70K she would submit it in Discord. There you go. Yeah, it's usually pretty much the same numbers for all of these. Just right off the top of your head, you can usually figure out what the number is. So that's why I'm saying, guys, the more you do this, the more you'll be able to just get on a call with a realtor and already have a rough gauge. So I'd get on a call with a realtor and be like, hey, I just know for a fact I'm going to be coming in under $100,000 on this property. Is your seller even interested? And then I get the answer. They're like, no, there's no way they're going to accept that. Don't even submit. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever, not worth my time. But it's like, yeah, he's motivated, and I think he'll probably do that. Then I'll do the work. Then I'll comp and be like, all right, most I can pay 70. Then I'll submit. I messaged the agent, but still haven't heard back. We can call the agent if you want. It's their job. All right, and so here, real quick, there's the house in question. This one's, we're gonna try to find homes similar that have been fixed up. No photos on that one for whatever reason. what's ARV on this thing is probably like what 170, 180, maybe 160. So here's a little 1,000 square foot house that sold for 230, but it has 2 bathrooms. That makes a huge difference. Now that tear down piece of shit, you can probably add a bathroom because it's already just destroyed. So yeah, if you add a bathroom, you do some work, maybe 260. But your remodel, I mean, the construction on that could cost 60 grand. It's just tough to say without interior pictures. But anyways, we can call the realtor. What are you guys typing? Nothing. Cool. Let's call the realtor. Let's call her up. Then I'm gonna do all your guys' properties real quick. Yeah, 150 is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely insane. Here, I'm gonna call on my phone because I guess you guys aren't hearing Google Voice today. We're gonna have to figure out a better way. Here, so if I call right now, you guys aren't gonna hear this. Hold on. I call this person. Hold on, I don't hear anything yet either. Is that a bad number? I call this person.
Yeah, we can hear that.
You can hear that? All right.
I don't like that. I don't like that agent. She was not nice to me.
She was nicer to me.
She did not like me.
Oh, I actually have a property we all need to comp. I got sent this today. Unfortunately, he didn't join the live stream. So after this one, try to get to that one. Oh, she was nice to me. Ish. I think we called her on the end of last live stream. Okay. Oh no, this is the broker's number. Hold on one second. There we go. Let's do this. Click this. I need to do a better job not having a million tabs open.
You have reached the voicemail for Yvonne Ferguson, listing manager for.
Okay, well, we tried. We absolutely tried. Okay. Oh, listing agent number 2. Sick. Let's try this. How long has it been on the market for?
Hello?
Hi, my name is Max. I'm a realtor, and I was actually calling about your property that you had listed at 1619 Fordham Road in Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a fund in Dallas, and we're buying a lot of fixer-uppers in this neighborhood. And I just wanted to get a better idea of, the interior condition of the property. Is it salvageable or is it a tear down?
It's salvageable.
It is? Okay. Do you have interior pictures by chance?
Nope, it's on showing time. You can go look at it. But we just received an offer for $130K cash closing in a couple of days. So I mean,
Well, that's a great offer. That's more than I was gonna come in at. Just between us, as a realtor to realtor, is that an investor, or do you think they're wholesaling it?
I don't know what they're doing with it, but
Yeah.
like I said, we just got it today.
Well, that's a wonderful offer. I mean, I'll double check in a week or two. I hope it does not fall out of escrow because I would love for you guys to close it. But if they do, I'd love to be able to be your backup offer.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any other possible deals like that? Any other fixer uppers, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Do you guys mostly sell retail homes?
Different ones, yep.
Okay. I mean, even retail, my fund is buying for long-term rentals. So, I'd be really interested in doing more business with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I call BS.
130,000 for that place.
Yeah, no. Something
There's
significant.
no way.
So sometimes when you call listing agent 2, you may get maybe not. She's not the main listing agent, which I don't know what she is. I'm sure she has her license, but that doesn't mean much. Yeah, something's off there. I would not be adding her to my pocket listing sheet that I showed you guys over here. She is not the friendliest, and I don't think I would do business with her. Oh no, I'm always nice to people. It just why be mean, right? Just some agents. Okay, so thing with agents is that 80. I've said this before. 80% are not serious. You get 20% are just great agents, and then you want out of those 20% just to select few of them to be your best friends, and you guys will make a fortune. If you can get those out of those good 20% agents, have a chunk of those just be your best friends and send you deals all the time. You guys can literally live in the Bahamas, have deals sent to you, and then just live life. It's just becoming best friends with these agents. But yeah, most of them are going to be jokesters, and that's why they have such bad reps. So like people like Pace, love him. He doesn't like agents, and I don't blame him because he gets people like that. $130,000 offer? No. It's probably a wholesaler. You know what? Hey, I want one of you to remember this and come back to me. They said 3-day escrow next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, let's call that agent, okay? And let's see if it fell out of escrow. I'm going to say with 90% confidence that the deal's dead. It's a wholesaler who locked it up at 130, thinking he's going to sell it at 140 for some reason I don't understand. And we probably needed that at like 70. The land is probably worth what? Oh, here's a super cool trick for land, guys. Wish I would have told you guys this earlier. Here's a fun one. So let's look for new construction. This is going to be a super cheat sheet for you. Instead of that whole way I guys taught you how to do land, that's a better way, but this is like a lazy person's way, and it works really well. Let's find a new home out here. All right, can we find a new home? This is new-ish. We got to want to find what a new home goes for. Oh, 2023, perfect. What does this new home sell for? Doesn't look that great. This new home sold for $315,000. Okay. So then all we say is that the lot value is worth 10 to 15% of what new home is going for. So really quick, I would pay 30 grand for that lot. Maybe up to 45 grand. Done. Like it's so much easier. So there's a little trick for you, Kylie. So you can just offer easy all day long, 10% of what new homes are going for all day. You can usually go up to 15. So we sell them sometimes for up to 20, just depends on the lot. So you find what a new home is, and then you just offer 10% of what that is, the 15%. Cool. Thought you guys a fun trick. Sick. Okay, so I think there was a property you want me to look at, Kylie. Then there's one that I need to look at, and I got to get out of here at 7:30 because I have a date with my girlfriend and my friend who's in town. And well, that sounded weird, but anyways, and I will get absolutely crucified if I'm later than 7:30. So we got 15 minutes more, and I actually have a really cool thing to show you guys at the end of this one. So hopefully, let's get through this one really fast. Because somebody, funny enough, so I got a text. I'm going to tell you guys right now. It's so cool. I got a text message today. Let's see if you guys can see my phone. Hold on. Let me whip out the big screen on YouTube. Hold on. I got a text message today from my boy Nathan, and he sent me a property, guys. This one may look familiar. Okay, I'm showing it to this camera first. Does this look familiar to anyone?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys remember this thing that was sort of a duplex with 2 doors?
Yeah.
Yo, right? He sent me this. He's like, hey, what would you pay for this? I'm like, oh man, I've seen that deal 100 times. I don't know. I'd have to run the numbers. He's like, my friend locked it up. He got it under contract. And hold on, let me see what the numbers are. My buddy has it at 106. So there you go. I don't know. Did you guys remember that deal? What we comped at and what we looked at it at? The duplex double door thing. We'll go back to it. So, anyways, we're trying to see if we can maybe wholesale it for them. So I gotta run the numbers on that, but we can do that live. So, anyways, if you guys were wondering, if you guys are watching this in the future, that's what we got it at, or that's what he got it at, 106. Small world. You'll start to learn that everybody sort of knows each other in the space, and their deals are going to come back circling around. The more you do it, we're a close community. Okay, so this property, Kylie, what is this thing that I'm looking at? I don't even know what I'm doing.
I pulled this from PropStream. It was an off-market tired landlord property. I don't know anything about it. I was trying to pull up the phone number, like the owner's information through Popwire, but I can't because it's down right now. So I went to this free website and I found this person's name in a landline. I have no idea if that's the actual owner or not.
Did you use like truepeoplesearch.com?
I use cyberbackgroundchecks.com.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, just so you guys know that if like there's a specific property and you guys don't have like paid software to get phone numbers, True People Search is a good one, or there's a ton of them, and you can just literally type in a name, a phone number, an address, and it'll give you a phone. Well, not a phone number. That wouldn't make sense. Well, I guess you could get a phone number. It'll give you their name. But anyways, you can type in their information, their address, or their name, and it'll give you a phone number. It usually gives you like 6, and sometimes they're family, sometimes they're not accurate, but they work pretty well. It's just a pain in the butt to do it each time. So this property, Kylie, you wanted to call in the next 2 minutes. Let's see if I can pull this off. Okay, probably needs. It's perfect long-term rental. I don't think you do any work to it. You probably just make a long-term rental. Yeah. Okay. You want to call it?
I want you to call it.
All right. Let me call Ashland. So he's a tired landlord. What? He's on the property for over 20 years? 10 years?
I don't know.
Okay. That's fine. Tired landlords own the property for a long time. It's a good list to call because oftentimes you've owned the property for a long time, you may want to sell. Like that first lady we called, right? She's like, I'm tired of this real estate. I just want to retire. Okay, cool. We don't. We want to make money. Let's call him. Name's Ashland.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a girl or boy though.
Let's do it. I love going in blind.
The Text Now subscriber you are trying to reach is not available. Please leave your message after the tone.
Rip. I'm going to try him back at the end of the stream on my cell phone. Try from a different number.
On PropStream, it says the owner's name is Danica Williams, but it doesn't give me phone number or anything, unfortunately.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try him back in 10 minutes. Guys, everybody needs to help me super comp this property real quickly. Oh my God, I'm going to kill something. The address, I will put it here. I think you guys remember this deal. I've seen it come across our desk like 7 times. Everyone was submitting this deal, all this stuff. So let's recomp it. 2607 Metropolitan Avenue. Feel free to comp it with me. It is this. Oh, my camera died. All right. Sorry, YouTube. It's this glorious property that's 150,000. We called the realtor. She was the nicest lady in the world. She was like, I wouldn't buy this because it's too far gone, I think is what I remember her saying. It used to be like a duplex, but now it's not a duplex. It's a property and a half. It needs a lot of work. I'm going to estimate more than usual. So a property that's usually 1,200 square feet with 1 bathroom, you know, maybe you're thinking, I don't know, like 30, 40,000 in rehab. I think we're just going to high end this to like at least 60 because I just remember this being insanely effed up. Maybe 50. What do you guys think? Think I'm crazy? 50 grand to fix it? You sure we should go 50? You guys just always say yes to me, so I don't know the point of asking. I'm not always right. Okay, we're just gonna go with 50. Okay, let's comp this thing super fast. Let's see what I would personally pay for it. Residential, quick. Okay, and just to understand, is there's adorable bungalow. What is it? It's a night. So 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,200 square feet. I feel like that size should be two bathrooms. That's the problem. That 1 bathroom kills it. I don't know the age. It's probably 27. There you go. This was once a duplex. Yep. Surprisingly spacious bedrooms. Okay, cool. Is this the one with the huge backyard? No. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is the one with the huge backyard. Look at my memory. Yeah, look how big that backyard is. I think it's huge. She was saying that it was more of a lot value play. Like you tear it down and build this thing, like on the right. See how big that house is? You just build a house that stretches back.
Are we trying to comp this for like ARV aspect or for rental?
Mm, well, what do you mean by your question? Because it's a great question.
Well, I mean, like, you could do the rental exit, like the
Yeah.
1%, and you could do that route, or you could do like a fix and flip. I know that you can't keep two doors on the front of a house. That would be a little weird.
No, so usually you run the 1% rule when you have, at least in my experience, when you have 2 units, as in there's a ADU in the backyard, or it's a duplex, a triplex, a quadplex. This is just gonna be a house. It
This
used to
one's
be a duplex, but
okay.
it's a house. So I was just running it with full ARV. So we can do that quickly. So we remember what the house is. It's a 3-1, about 1,200 square feet. What did you guys get? You guys gave me absolutely nothing to go off of, which is totally fine. It is my job at the end of the day to discover these numbers. We have a house that's a 3-3. That's 1,600 square feet. That's not a great comp, but that was at 260. What do we think it's worth? Anyone have any guesses? I'm thinking like what? Maybe 200. Where is this, firstly? So we're sort of curious to know. Never. South Dallas. Where else would it be? South Dallas is where your cheap homes are. 185 to 2-1, 750 square feet. Okay. When was this built? 1913. Well, hey, that gives us a good rough estimate that this thing's probably worth over 200. So not bad. I have a feeling it's worth over 200. We're thinking like 220 possibly. Anyone have any ideas? I would not want to cross Malcolm Street or this freeway. Just try to stay as close as possible. 255, that's a 4.2. That's the same size. See, that 2 bathrooms just makes it so much more valuable. That sold for 255. 3 beds, 2 baths, sold for 190. Oh, surprisingly, didn't bring that much money. That other one brought way too much. Oh no, it's not fully fixed up. This is rental. It's pretty nice. Guys, what are you thinking here? I would say 200K myself with the 1 bathroom. Okay, you may not be off. I'd have to spend more time. This is why comping, if you can do quick comp and get within 90% pretty fast. But then to get a perfect number, you got to spend time to find that perfect comp. 2 bedroom, 1 bath. There's your full gray house. This is the HGTV special. I mean, that is in a gray and insane asylum. Was that a new house? That's a new house. Oh. But anyways, let's just say it's 200 for the sake of this video. I don't think it's that much. God, I am so itchy with this cat. Oh my God, no more cats on the live stream, everyone. So let's just say 200,000. So then we're gonna want to probably do 70% if we were offering on it, but we're trying to see what we can sell the deal at. So we'll just run it at 75%. But frankly, between us, these framer houses aren't even bringing the 75% rule. They're bringing a lot less. And here's something I actually quickly want to explain on this. And this was something I was trying to get at early in the video. So these cheap homes, guys, you might think, man, I got this house at 70% of ARV. I got such a good deal. That's insane. I got it at 65% of ARV. It's such a good deal. At some point, guys, on these cheaper properties, investors want to make a certain amount of money. So if I quickly go here and say, hey, we have a 400K house and we bought it at, I don't know, 250 and it needs 50K of work. So you're in at 300 and then the seller can make 100K profit. Right? Maybe this is 70% ARV. I'm not doing the math right now. I probably should have. But like these cheap homes, well, let's just say this is 75. Actually, I should probably do the math. I don't want to do math. Let's say run it at 80%. I think my numbers aren't far off. Anyways, these cheap homes, you could buy them at like 70% of ARV and think you have a good deal. But at the end of the day, the investor's only making maybe 30 or 40K profit. And that's just not enough money for them. So that's why sometimes their 70% rule does not even work, which is crazy. Sometimes it doesn't even work. Sometimes you just need to focus on the spread, how much money the investor is going to make. And most investors don't want to make, I mean, this is not even profit, right? You want to probably at least shoot for 50, in my opinion, or more. So that was just a little tidbit on the side. So sometimes the 70% rule is not even perfect. usually wants to be about 100K less than ARV minimum. So if ARV is 200, you usually just want to immediately be at least 100K less. Because if rehab's 50, that leaves them with about 50. So that's just a quick way of doing it. So I'm thinking right off the top of my head, 100 would, yeah, I think 106 is too much in my opinion. If I locked up this house, I wouldn't want to pay more than 100.
Do you think the ARV is more or less than the 200?
Yeah, that's why I do need to spend a little bit more time on the numbers. It's probably a little bit less, but let's
No.
just say it's 200. Then that's the problem with the 70% rule. Because here we'll quickly run it. Let's say I don't know where my calculator went. $200,000 house, 70%, right, is 140 minus 50 grand repairs. Well, then you're at 90. And a quick way of just looking at these is just take ARV and like usually subtract about 100. And that's the most. I mean, that's usually too much. You usually want to stack like 110, 120, 130. Just a quick rule of thumb. Yeah, I think it's too much for the house. Because ARV may be 180 or 190. How do you determine assignment fee? Well, that's awesome, man. That's such a good question. I'd love to wrap it up on that. The assignment fee with creative is much different. You're usually JVing on deals, meaning you're taking a split. You're taking like 50% or you're taking 30-70%, right? With cash deals, you're usually just selling it for a little bit more. So, for example, you have a house and you got under contract for. So, for this example, this guy got under contract for 106. He's then going to sell it to me as someone like me, and then we're going to either buy it for our fund, but most likely this house we would just dispo, right? So we would sell it to a dispo person. We would sell it to an end buyer. Now we would just name a price. So I'd be like, hey, I can buy it for 110, knowing that I could sell it for probably 115, right? So to answer your question on how do you know your assignment is with cash deals, it's really simple. You just need to figure out what you could sell the deal for, either to an end buyer or to a dispo company, and you subtract it for what you got it under contract at, and that's your assignment fee. And for creative deals, usually people are shooting for about 10,000 is the average, and oftentimes you're JVing on that, so you're taking a percentage split. I don't know. Did that help answer your question? It's a very loaded question. The average deal is probably about 10K, at least in the creative world. Cash world, it varies. Okay, that made sense. Awesome. Well, guys, it is 7:30, so I got to bounce. So, any final remarks? Any final questions? Bye. All right, see you guys. I love you guys. Cool. Well, then Thursday is going to be the most exciting for you guys because we'll talk pocket listings and we'll talk the best strategy to get pocket listings. Cool. See y'all later. Bye.
Bye.